You look
So
great, Dave.
moving on from kind of the training and tech school, and you talked about deployments, and one thing that I noticed, and I think most of it, at least on the aspect war notice it, is that you learn a lot during training and tech school and kind of doing your TDY trips and doing full mission profiles and stuff. But the learning curve once you deploy is exponential. I mean, it skyrockets because things are no longer training. Things are real world. You are seeing how things actually operate and move. So, I don't necessarily, not going to ask you what that learning curve was for you because you already talked about it, but tell us about some of those deployments, any kind of highlights, if you will.
Yeah. So this is another story I tell anyone that's ever walked in my office, right? So my very first combat mission on my very first deployment, I got shoot. So we were working with a British Special Forces team, Special Boat Service.
Can we give a shout out to the SBS real quick for those of y'all that don't know? Like, dude, so everybody, we worked with the first time Peaches and I were stationed together in England. Everybody on the podcast knows this, but the first time we worked with the Special Boat Service, we went and jumped with them, and I wasn't really tracking how amazing the SBS was. I always everybody knows the SAS, right? And one of their one of their younger dudes kind of pulls me aside. So two funny things about this. Number one, the major that we were jumping with, they had a major that was in charge of the team that we were jumping with, and he just 100% big time the 130 dudes. They wanted him to show up like 3 hours early to do all these jam briefs and whatever. And the guy literally, I won't do the accent because I think that can possibly get me canceled in today's thing, because I'm assuming somebody else's culture. But he was like, "Hey, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get to your little plane. You're going to twist your little dials. You're going to pull your little levers. And then I'm going to get on and I'm going to jump when I want to get on and jump because you're the plane and I'm the jumper. And that's how this works." And we, he did it in front of a bunch of people, all the jump masters. We were like, "Yo,
it's like, we're not going to do your stupid little low level stuff. You guys can save that for after you throw us out.
Yeah.
You're going to go straight there and we're going to jump."
Dude, hilarious. So he's like, "I'm not going to your brief. You're going to drop me first. I'm not playing around with this." So that was number one. And then number two, one of the younger guys, I was like, "Hey, I've never really heard of you guys." He's like, "Yeah, that's because when our special forces screw something up, it was the SAS. If you've never heard of it, it's the SBS." I was like, "Ooh, yo." I was like, "Golly, you guys are freaking tough right now." But yeah, anyway, sorry.
You're just like, this is that dude.
I was like, he got that. He had an X-ray. Turns out he had that dog in him. I had no idea. I was like, "Yo, what is going on with these guys? These guys are playing the not fucking around game, and they are winning it every turn." But anyway, okay, so SBS, you're supporting them on your deployment. Go ahead.